It's the Lord Rick of the Paranormal Ghost Society. We are at the Susanville Cemetery. It's a very old, historic. Very beautiful. Very scenic. It's quite a rainy day. This cemetery is surrounded entirely by the Sierra Nevadas. We're in Lassen National Forest. Never been here. It's rather interesting.
Susanville.
The founder of Susanville, Governor Isaac N. Roop. Pioneer settler in Freemason, Lassen County. In 1853, he settled on the land where he afterwards laid out the town of Susanville. He was governor of provisional territory of Nevada, held many offices of trust and honor, and was the most prominent man in this section until his death. Born in Maryland, 1822, died in Susanville, 1869. This monument was erected in 1914 by the Masons of the Honey Lake. It says VAL, Lassen, Parlor, number 99, NSGW, and ASAM, Fairfield. Ah, that's why there's a street called Fairfield here. Killed by Indians? Oh yeah, this was harsh country back here. Partridge, killed by Indians. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this place has a lot of history. That's why I chose to do it. It's almost nightfall. I told Tammy, if we came here late to Susanville, and the only thing we could really do, everything's closed, or you can't do trails at night if you can't see where to park and where to go, is take a nice peaceful walk in the cemetery. It's scenic, it's beautiful, and every grave has a story. Look at this, 3 little tombstones. They're probably children up against Nancy Eveline McElroy, 1872. Some graves are damaged. This one's fallen. As you can see, it's fallen. And this one is broke. Here we have what looks like the lid of a grave. They often did upper burials and they put concrete or stone lids. That's what you have here. Where's the rest of the lid? I don't know. Then you come on over here. It's very interesting, but you have a broken tombstone here of Thornton. And then I've never seen rock used like this. This is very interesting rock, probably carved from the volcanic cliffs that are in the area. There are some really interesting grave sites. I'm trying to film section by section. It's a large cemetery. Trying to do some readings here. See if I get any. We got about a 2. Sometimes we don't get any readings. That's just part of paranormal investigating, I suppose. It's a beautiful cemetery. I want to show you this massive tree. Some of the trees tend to grow on top of the graves. I'm taking it little by little. This one is very, it's crumbling. Looks like it's been put back together more than a few times. I'll show you more graves in a bit. What I wanted to show you, besides the amazing scenery, you have fog over the mountains, little snow on top. There's a glare because of the fog and the sun peering through, so you can't see it. But this cemetery has there's a lot of wildflowers and nature around it, even in the cemetery. I've seen some birds, I've seen some flowers. Look, you have a whole nice, along the fence, nice flowers growing. There's a red one. There's an orange one. A bunch of yellows. That's cool. There's also snakes in this brush, so I have to be careful. This is Susanville, folks. Right down below is Susanville. We're staying here a couple days and we're doing some Bigfoot expeditions around Lassen Volcanic National Park. We're going to see a waterfall, a cave, some meadows with antelope, semi-ghost town. This is where it starts. A ranch area that overlooks Susanville. Even the Johnson Biz Trail, an old railroad bed with tunnels and other cool things like trestles. A lot is planned. We'll also hike near this 129-foot waterfall. We'll look for Bigfoot tracks up there too. We'll also be going towards Mount Shasta. Busy expedition, a lot of plans. Many of the stones are toppled. People just don't have any respect, you know? Come around here and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here we go. Toppled. Sorry, my camera strap keeps getting in the way. There's another broken gravestone. Rachel Francis. These are children. Little lambs on top. This is what's sad. Folsom. Very famous grave. Obviously it's pretty muddy here. We've had a lot of rains the last few days in the Sierras. Here's some wooden grave markers. The sun, the elements tend to split them. They might be broken, but they're not forgotten. As you can see, they're cutting down trees. Look at these stumps. Man, there was a tree here. They cut it all up. Almost damaging some gravestones. Want to see another one that's damaged? You got 3 gravestones all piled on each other. Wow. That's beautiful. The wing is broke. You see that? A lot of vandalism. You wouldn't think in a small town like this would happen, but there's 17 to 20,000 people living here. It's not a lot to do. I've seen there's a couple kids wandering a cemetery, and you know, you need to educate your kids not to disrespect such places or sites. They're relevant. This is history of the town of Susanville. It's an old cemetery, one of the oldest in Lassen County, and we're here. We're here. In this case, the cross is broken off. This is horrifying to me. This is the historical neighborhood. Some of the houses date back to the 1800s. They're huge. A lot of mansions. It seems like a lot of people come up here too. Pedestals broke on this. Some of them have toppled down. There it is. There it is. So the gravestone broke, and you have another one in front of it. Wow. This one's also broke. There's another one on the back side that's broke. I'll have to check them out. I'll be back shortly. Just more fallen stones, broken graves. Cemetery sits up on a hill above Susanville, so it's a really nice treat to see. This one's been knocked over. Yeah, its cemetery's in some pretty bad shape. It needs some work, definitely. Many broken stones. This one goes with this one. This one's broken in half. It probably was on this at one time and broke off. Started sinking into the ground. You have this. It's an enclosure with the tree growing and no gravestone. Was it taken? Where is it? There's the old historic courthouse. Some real pretty scenery here. It's hard to capture. Father, mother. There's a statue somewhere around. I'll find it. I'll find it. A lot of dirt roads. This is a grass road that runs through in the cemetery, but you can drive down these roads and check this place out if you're in Susanville. It's the Susanville Historic Cemetery. Lots of large trees, wildlife, birds. Look at this. It's broken. Look. Oh yeah. It's like a little clubhouse in here. I like this. This is nice. There's just a lot of gravestones throughout here. The flowers are starting to bloom. It's a really pleasant place. It's a place you can't ignore. If you're going to come to Susanville, you make sure you come to the historic cemetery. The trees, the birds, the fresh flower smells, the scenery. We also have scenery down here, but it's very foggy. You can see a foggy mountain back there. There's some really pretty peaks with snow on them. The fog has just over-consumed everything on the mountains. We're about to leave the cemetery. I really hope that I was able to bring you guys a really good place, something you'll enjoy on YouTube. With cemeteries, I usually only do one movie. I put it all together, give you a walk through the entire cemetery. It's pretty big. There's masons buried here. You can tell this is a mason right here, wood. Look at the symbol. The Knights of Templar. The cross. It's what I believe the Masons represent. It's not. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I respect the Masons. Their work is amazing. I'd love to be a part of it someday. This would make me turn over in my grave. I haven't been to this part of the cemetery. This is a new section. A lot of smaller stones. Check us out, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. We're in Susanville Cemetery. Tammy pointed something out. There was a grave with ass and then Little Willie. And this one, there's a mistake. It says Jenny Spencer Eledge. Born April 10th, 1868. Died March 15th, 1887. So in other words, she died before she was born. Oh my God, there's some mistakes in the cemetery. I guess, I don't know who the caretaker was or who inscribed this one, but shame on you, that's a mistake. Oh yeah, the tree roots are pushing it up. Hunsinger, this is a child. Oh no, 38 years old, has a lamb on it. 'Tis hard to break the tender cord when love has bound her heart. So hard to speak the word, must we forever part. This place is so peaceful that there's kids wandering everywhere. Just one last gravestone. You can see it's in shambles and pieces. There, it looks like there's a hand right here. That's about all I can see. I cannot read the epitaph, but we're leaving. This is a really quaint place. There's a hawk right up there. Sun's going down. We're going to hit the Lassen Brewery and Pioneer Saloon. The Pioneer Saloon is inside the Lassen Brewery, so They have all kinds of brews you can order, and they have wonderful... Oh, look, I found the other piece to this headstone right here. Unless this was it. Anyways, they have wonderful food like chicken wings, pizza, some sides. Sides like jalapeno poppers probably, and french fries, and wings, and little appetizers. We'll have some brews, we'll have dinner, and we'll go back to our hotel and get ready to wake up early and do our miles and miles of hiking and looking for Sasquatch. Ghost too. Some places are haunted. We'll take readings. I'm going to do one last reading. And we got a 1. We had a 2 earlier. Just mild EMF, but not enough. This is Lord Rick. Peace out.